I think it's going to be a net benefit to Bitcoin because what you determine is Bitcoin is the crypto asset network that you want to support, that you can build a 21st century economy on, that does fit well within the I think that people that spend a few hours poking around in cryptocurrency, they oftentimes come forward with this observation that the cryptocurrency is a threat to a central bank and they have privacy concerns and the like. But it's generally only those that are spending a few hours. If you spend 100 hours or enough time to understand the situation, then you start to embrace a more sophisticated model, which is money can be decomposed into a currency component and an asset component. And these aren't really cryptocurrencies, they're crypto assets. And Bitcoin is a crypto asset, it's not a cryptocurrency. Currency is defined in the law as something you can exchange as a medium of exchange or in a transaction without incurring a tax obligation. So Bitcoin hasn't been a currency by law in the United States since 2014 when the IRS determined it to be property. And that's well understood by the regulators. And I think that if you look at comments, public commentary by Jerome Powell, by Christine Lagarde, by the deputy governor of the China Central Bank, by Gary Gensler, they've all commented that this is a digital asset. It's not a digital currency. And if you read the 140 pages of testimony by Janet Yellen, you'll see she's a very progressive, informed regulator that understands that crypto assets or digital assets like Bitcoin are a cornerstone for a 21st century economy and a force of good and can be used as a force of good. And all regulators will state as a matter of fact and because it's appropriate that of course we have to make sure they fit into a regulatory environment and a framework so they're used for good and not by malefactors. So all of these conversations are oftentimes just cherry-picked comments. Neither the head of the EU central bank, nor the head of the US central bank, nor the head of the Chinese central bank has actually suggested that people should be banned from owning the asset. And in fact, in the example of Turkey you named, what they said was they didn't want people to use it as a currency. That's no different what the IRS said in 2014 in the US when they actually taxed it on transfer. They also effectively said you can't use it as currency. So basically stating that we don't want something to be used as a currency because it threatens our currency is not the same as depriving people of an asset. And even the Turkish central bank hasn't deprived or hasn't limited Turkish citizens from owning the asset. So I think that it's very, very important to understand that the future of the world is 8 billion people with mobile wallets with a currency layer and an asset layer. And the currency is going to be the dollar and the euro or the Chinese yuan. And the asset layer is going to be Bitcoin and then whatever other assets you chose to hold in them. And the government's provenance, or the government will of course demand control of the currencies. And where you have strong governments like the EU and China and the US, they will have a strong currency and those currencies will be successful. And where you have weak governments like in Venezuela or Zimbabwe, you will see the currencies collapse. They will lose their currency privileges. The citizens in those countries will download stable coins that will either be the US dollar or the Chinese renminbi, and the underlying asset framework or asset protocol and network that we use to synchronize all of those wallets is going to be Bitcoin. I would say that, scanning every utterance of every regulator in the world, I haven't seen any indication that they view it as anything other than an asset. Jerome Powell 2 weeks ago said, hey, it's digital gold like gold. Christine Lagarde said, yeah, it's a speculative asset. People speculate with it. It's not like a currency. They're going to be concerned about stable coins, like the ability to move billions of dollars of euros on a crypto rail or the ability to move billions of dollars of US dollars on a crypto rail. That's going to draw the interest of the banks because currency